when I was an insecure leader,
Yeah.
when I was like a squad supervisor, when I didn't know what I was doing and I wasn't that great, I didn't have the skill sets, I would never let my people make mistakes because that would make me look bad.
Yes.
But then when I got comfortable as I went up the ranks, I would give advice. And if people chose to go down that rabbit hole, it's like, okay, if it's not going to hurt anybody, then let them make that mistake.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where people knew that I would do that, and I would say, "And well, wait, tell me more. Tell me." They would want to know because they wouldn't want to make the mistake. But that's what made them great.
Yes,
is because
that's right.
they had the courage to go into the rabbit hole
That's right.
in the beginning. So we have to, it is those mistakes, and failure isn't the worst option. Right?
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst option? Not
Yeah.
doing anything.
Right. Oh yes.
And staying stuck. Right. And
Exactly.
just plateauing. Right. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the worst. But that's where it comes to like the courage that you've been talking about, right? And that's where the Maverick moves come from, because you have to have some kind of courage, right, to take that first step, knowing you might fail.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
that really does take courage.
Do you have any tips on how to get unstuck?
So one thing that's interesting, I don't know if this answers your question, but I recently did a podcast on courage, and I came across this study. And the study was talking about actually trying to figure out, is courage located in your brain? Like, is there like a courage location, in your brain? And there is. And the way they discovered it is they were putting people through an MRI. And in the MRI, there was there was literally a live snake taped to the back of you, but there was a mirror so you could see it.
Oh no! Oh, no.
And you had a lever. You had like a video game thing, and you could bring it closer and further away.
Oh my
So you were in control.
Right.
And so when they brought it closer, that took courage to maneuver it closer to you, right? And it was located in your brain. So I'm telling you this story because courage can be developed.
Right.
Right? Because our brains are neuroplastic, right? We have neuroplasticity in our brain. We can develop and learn. We can learn to be courageous. Wow. And I think that's really encouraging because I think we think that courage, you either have it or you don't. Like you're either a Gina who like goes across the world and is like an FBI agent and like does all these awesome things, or you're not, right? And that's not true. You know what I mean? I mean, you may have like more courage and you've done these interesting things, but like that doesn't mean that you can't create courage. You can't flex that muscle.
Right.
You can, right? And I think that's really encouraging and exciting, right? For people to know that you can develop courage. This can be part of you. You might take it in baby steps, but that's okay,
And like you said, it's that muscle, and you got to flex that
Use
muscle
it.
if you want to make it strong. And how do you do that? By stepping outside of the box.
That's right. That's right.
And it could be little things. You can do it at your church. You could do it at work. You can do it in your neighborhood or wherever. But
That's right.
The more you flex that muscle, the bigger it's going to get.
That's right.
And then that's when you're able to jump off the cliff. Right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for
Exactly.
sure.
No, you're right. It does get stronger and stronger because you
Right.
might feel like I'm trying it, but it seems so small. But you're right. Well, the more you use it, the more it develops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll find yourself, it's like, you know what, that was easier than I thought it was going
Yes.
to be. Why? Because you've been flexing your muscle, doing
Over
the other
time.
things. Exactly.
Yes, that's right.